Hello guys, now that we have successfully installed the free NAS and we log into it, as you see on the left side we have all these options. To me, major options I'll deal with is in services. I need to deal with this service, which is iSCSI. Later we need to activate it, make it running and start automatically, and we will see how to set configuration for it. And also with the storage, this is where I need to create my iSCSI drivers. Then I will allow both Victoria Server 1 and Victoria Server 2 to access to the iSCSI drivers on the free NAS and connect it to them. Now, we are not going to explain all the details relating to the free NAS. You have already the manual, and this manual comes with 400 pages almost. So in here you can go in details and read about everything. And this is something recommended because again, if you start to deal with such system, then later when you will ever have a real hardware NAS device, you will be able to deal with it and configure it very easily. So that's why my recommendation is to go through this manual. But for now, for us, let us quickly just scan what's in there. So the dashboard will give you, of course, some basic information about your device. In accounts, here if I access to groups, as you see currently all the type of groups I have built in a group. You can add your own group and then assign different permissions to them. Let us take a look to users. Again, here I have a list of users who they are built in, and here you will see that the root is the main user, and then you will start to have some other users and tells you each one what is can be used for. The main goal for the users and the groups, you might need them in case you decide to join NAS to your domain. Then in that case, yes, it is a time maybe to add users and groups according to what you try to use this NAS for. Then after that we have system. And this system here we have, as you see, a lot of tabs or many tabs. We have in general the main information relating to your device. Here you will be allowed to use, in addition to protocol HTTP, you can activate protocol HTTPS, because currently if you take a look to the connection from server 2, it tells me this connection is not secure and your connection to this site is not secure. So if I want to improve the connection, make sure to encrypt the channel between me and between the NAS. It is not the channel between the server and the iSCSI drivers. It is just when I'll try to access to manage it. So then it's better to activate HTTPS on this device. But if I want to activate HTTPS, then I need a certificate. It's supposed to be a valid certificate being assigned from my certification authority on Victoria DC1. In case you are new and you are not sure how to do that, my recommendation is to attend course 3 in Windows Server 2019 series, Active Directory course. In that course, we fully explain the installation of certification authority, how to deal with certificate and assign certificate to too many different scenarios. Okay, so here you can have NTP server, the timing protocol server. Then you'll start to have a boot environment information. It tells you where your system is being installed, who's currently is active, the space you will have it or take. Then you have some advanced features you can go with. And here spend some time to check with the email. You can assign your own email. So in case you have an alert or one of the tasks failed to perform, you can receive a report. And this is all what we have in general. Of course, here we can define who is our certification authority to trust this certificate. And here we can assign the certificates to this device if we want. We can just add them. Again, the Active Directory course of Windows Server 2019 will cover that part. Tasks, if you want to automate some tasks, you can assign some scripts in case the system is initialized or shut it down. And in case you will have another NAS, you try to make replication between this NAS and the other one, you can go with replication tasks and so on. Network for the configuration. Global configuration, the current one that we have it. You can assign here, as you see, it become even more easier to make a further configuration for the network compared to this screen, which we use it to assign the IP address to our device. And You have here the information also about the interfaces. Currently we have only one interface, the IP address assigned to it. It is static, there is no DHCP as we see. IP version 6 not configured. If I want to change the address now, it will be even more easier to change it from here. Cancel. If you want to define static routes, VLANs, etc. And our main goal, storage, we will see that. Directory services, this is where you can start now to use the Active Directory, the authentication through Active Directory, etc. And with the sharing also, this is possible. And with the sharing, if you take a look here, you can now create share not only to Windows using SMB protocol and Unix using NFS. Of course, Unix mean Linux too, but also for Apple, you can use AFP. And for web dev also you can create shares, in addition of course to our main goal, which is iSCSI drivers. Services, you have long list of services, and all of them, they can be integrated with your Active Directory, and this is really cool, in addition to the NFS for Linux and Unix systems. You have plugin you can add, but with the plugin you need to have a connectivity with internet to check what kind of a plugin and how the plugin list is going to improve the performance of your device. Jails here is an operating system, thin operating system for virtualization purposes. So you can install it and then you start to deal with virtual machines. Reporting about CPU, about memory, etc. Virtual machines, if you have any run on this device. Currently we don't have any virtual machine. System of processes currently running and like the resources being used. Shell, in case you want to run some commands. And here, of course, you need to use the Linux commands to be able to manage this device. And finally, the guide, if you click on it, is going to take you to this page if you have connectivity with the internet and showing you everything in here. So for us, we need now to deal with iSCSI and the storage. But before start doing the real work here, because we just present a few things, when we talk about iSCSI services, we need to discuss some terms we have in iSCSI to fully understand them, and then we can start using them. First, what I will do, I will access now to the services, and in services, this iSCSI, I need to turn it on. It is running now, but also I want it to start automatically. So in case my free NAS is being restarted, the iSCSI will be available immediately. And then I can access to this configure. And as you see here, we have target global configuration and all other these tabs. We need to understand what these tabs being used for. And that is what we have to do in the next video. Thanks for watching.